hell. My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chum, at least I know I'm up, boy, thump. Like my neighbors jump, up a pump, pump. Boy, I bump in that Billy Strong, he ain't know, he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I'm pretending with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just sucking my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water. Three with the smiles on the ops gonna plow. They all in the sewers and south in the clouds. I'ma stay down to the sound, to the sound, to the sound. On the floor to the steps, build, that with the band to the straps.
Got no paper, told him quit the pocket, watching jeans ripping at the seams, holding on some bad foes. Schizophrenic with the bag, listen to the money, nigga praying every day. Glad to say I was broke, tell him battle. Now I got my bands up, 1000 on the bill just to keep the pants up. Only on the real note, I couldn't fake what I've been doing. All my real ones know this nigga riding for his 53, I'm throwing up, they see the chain, I keep it tough. Say she feeling a little nigga, try luck. Say she love me for my smile, so I'm looking mean as Venus days squawking, so I'm keeping feathers plucked.
Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump fun.
Like damn, why I get a like urn? I'ma drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like what, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now. I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house trying to avoid my.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Here's Ali. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And in order to improve their ranking and play the kind of game that they want, they've got to continue to make plays like the one we just saw there. Because if you stop these teams a few times along the way, maybe some frustration kicks in. And all of a sudden, not only does your ranking improve, but your game performance does as well.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They begin on the ground with Guerendo. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Lamar going to give this to Ali. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll go back to Ali. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a first carry here for the running back. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
The teams practice their plays during the week. They're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. The Niners at 1-7 now in the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of 5. 1st and goal from the 6. Back to throw again. That'll be be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Straight ahead they go with Ali. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Here's Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Flushed out right. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They go play action with Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now they'll go with a reverse. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here marching.
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. On first down, it's a run with Ali. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Now he'll give it up on the reverse.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns.
That went out wide and intercepted. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they've been winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 7.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this deep.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And Walker has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
A handoff here to Ali.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Jackson.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, Ali.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Tucker's kick is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Jackson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Ali. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They go play action now. Jackson. He finds his man complete. That's Walker. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
look to throw here on first down.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Play action. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
At their own 34-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Wide open, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And some room to run now. And oh, he coughed it up. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
49ers 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Yep.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Ricky Pearsall.
73 yards.
And the Niners have got it back to within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 47-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Isaac Guerrero,
53 yards.
And the 49ers have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time the move out in front.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go.
Here comes a reverse. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll look to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, an interception's result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That ball caught by his rookie wideout.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Jackson. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Throwing is Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
A give running left, Ali.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Ali.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down and 4.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Niners are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case, not only want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant. The offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's another 1st down, and that'll be a gain of 21 yards.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Bates. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll set up a throw.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with career touchdown number 75. And the Niners look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And how about this? Here comes a reverse. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Rolling to his left.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, face facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Garendo.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. D.J. Johnson, the one who got there for the sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Jackson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Ali. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here comes second down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is third down. Throwing, Jackson.
He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's got to have it time. 4th and 9. Now Jackson.
That is caught. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion.
Jackson.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Throwing now is Jackson. That's caught, and he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw.
That's complete to Pearson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception, and we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Baltimore, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the
I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a mule. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a mule. Born in a mule. Born in a mule. Born in a mule. All right now. You with me? I said, are you with me? Wake up to see my brand new horizon. The world's in my hands and the sun's tantalizing. Grab hold of mine if you want some good time. And it's been too long and you need some unwinding. Woo! Shake it low, shake it low. The new sound has been found. And yo, I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a mule. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a mule. Born in a mule. Just don't stop. Born in a mule. Born in a mule.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's caught. Mitchell. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
When you look at the Saints defense,
they've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Richardson.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball, then limit that gain.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 8. Again, it's Taylor.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon. And when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. And the throw's going to be caught.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Oh, no, it's incomplete. That's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Chandler.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Saints had 1-7 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Colt defense.
They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now it's Richardson.
He's going to look deep for Watkins.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
Richardson looking to throw.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And they'll leave it 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Richardson working from the gun.
And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. Shedding through the defense. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
That's how the defense that they're doing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tough for a quarterback to get a throw off before the pressure ends up getting to him.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw.
He lets it go deep for Olave. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
They'll try to run a reverse here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now a timeout as they tend to the injured player. And not the man they would want to see. That's Chris Olave getting medical attention. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look. And we will take a short break. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
And that will be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken in at the 11. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's a tap forward by Richardson. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Brown with career touchdown number 60. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one where if you get your hands on it, you should expect to make the play. That could have gone for big yardage, but he just couldn't get it to stick to those big mitts.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now Richardson. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. And Gay missed it. Pulled it off to the left, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Now a handoff to Chandler.
Muscles him off. And he powers his way up past the 30. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Richardson going to move them around. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Throwing on 2nd and 14.
Richardson.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Richardson on 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Second and 10. They run it with Chandler.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Back to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught. Oh, he's going to have the 1st down and then more.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 45 yards.
And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to patch together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Richardson off the play fake.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 6 62 yards.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Now they'll go with a reverse.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Ty Chandler
from 8 yards out.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And that flag accepted.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Richardson.
Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Richardson.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Look at the big fella go.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Colts have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And this one too low.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Saunders. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he returns this to the 22.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now Chandler.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this